What happens to the old PC? Is it just a backup machine now? It is just in the corner of this room sitting there. I can see it from here. I need to get a different monitor for it. I'm not going to sacrifice one of these for it. It needs to get its own monitor and its own mouse and keyboard. I think I have old ones. I was going to set up a recording booth with it probably. That's what I'll most likely have it for. It'll be there for, I don't know, guest PC if anyone needs it. But I don't think I want to do my recording in here. I wanted to get a separate mic setup and not one of those expensive recording booths because I'm not doing that much VA work like that. But something set up in a smaller room with a lot of padding around it so the sound is good, you know? Make a mini booth. Probably do it like that. It would make sense for me. So that's what I'll probably be doing with the old PC. It'll just be for recording because it still functions really well. It was just not strong enough to play a lot of these games and run my model and stream everything and not have to turn graphics down, you know? But it works. I don't want to leave my extra tower also near this desk because I like open space. I don't like filling my most used room with stuff. I'm very against like Tetrising in furniture and items and things, you know? It just, the visual clutter makes me feel like I want to die. I hate it. I actively hate it so much. I can't live like that. I just can't do it. So I would rather move the extra tower to another room, you know? I am fairly minimalist. Yeah, I don't really have a lot in here and it's a pretty big room and I want to keep it that way. I don't want to fill it with stuff. So yeah, when I buy a new thing, I spend forever agonizing over whether I need it and whether I actually want it. And if I get it, will I want it 5 years from now? Because I better still like it because I don't like throwing stuff out, you know? And then I finally buy the thing and it's like a singular footrest, you know? It's something like that. I'm really, really, really like, I'm very frugal and I'm very picky with the things I buy because I don't want to accumulate stuff. And I don't want to buy stuff and then throw stuff out or resell and just be like another person consuming more. You know what I mean? So I will be using my old PC. I will not be building a new micro PC or getting a new laptop for recording or anything like that. And I won't be putting more in this room. I won't be. One of those big sound booths. Yeah, I don't want to buy one of those big sound booths either because it would be a little too big for that room. But also, I'm not a voice actor who is spending, you know, more than 10 hours a week voice acting. And I'm not, I've tested a lot of setups and I don't have any issues with any like makeshift thing I can make. Getting a quote unquote professional sound booth wouldn't really make much difference for me in the end result of how the recordings sound. So I don't really think it's necessary. Get Johnny's bathroom booth. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are professional VAs and that's their main thing, have that sort of thing. They're cool, but they're so expensive. Let me find it. The Yamaha one is like insane. What's the one that they have? It's something Bricks. Studio Bricks is one of the booths that a lot of people have. Hold on. The Studio Bricks one, which is the size for one person to stand in, $7,200 at starting price. $7,200 for a pop-up booth thing that you put in your house for professional recording. And this is the one that a lot of professionals use. Like, I could never justify doing that. I could never. I'd have to do so much VA work before I would feel like it's remotely okay. And even then, just putting up some foam in a small room and a rug and some really like smart ways of padding that room out, I can make it sound really, really good without having to get one of those, you know? So, especially it's a guest bedroom, so it just has, you know, bedding in it. It has a rug. I can hang curtains on the walls. I could even hang a rail on the ceiling that lets me hang curtains from that to close as like a mini booth at the end of the room when I need to. You know what I mean? And doing that takes a little effort, but it's not $7,200. You know, it's not $7,200. So I think I will make something instead of getting one of these. There are cheaper ones than this, but like this is the one that everyone's like, oh yeah, this is the one. Because it's soundproofing, but I don't know. I just need, I don't know, a bass trap behind me, some acoustic padding around me. It's not too bad. Save up egg cartons for a year or two. Well, you can buy the foam online and it's very, the paneling can be a little more expensive if you're buying good stuff, but even the cheap stuff still works fairly well. But buying some of the good stuff is still cheaper than buying the whole booth, right? And I'm relatively handy. I can manufacture a thing. If I wanted to have panels that were on a piece of wood that's on the wall and then I can use a hinge to swing it out from there and close myself into a booth. You know, like I can just do that. That's not too bad. Not too terrible. So I'd rather do that than buy the booth, man. $7,200? God. God. No thanks. That's more than a person's living expenses for the month sometimes. Depending on the person, but often more. But yeah, I'm gonna make a damn box myself. I'll figure it out. And that's what the old PC will do. It'll be good, and then I can record a lot of stuff. A lot of cheap foam does the opposite of dampening the sound. Oh, some of it sounds awful. Yeah, no, you have to buy something that is legitimate. You don't have to get the most expensive thing, but if you go for the cheapest thing on Amazon and go like, oh yeah, sound panels, sometimes it does a bad job. But also it could be the way you set it up. You need to know where to place things, and that's half the problem for most people, I think. I'm gonna be so real with you. I had to record something really quickly at one point, and I didn't have a booth set up. I just stood up and put a comforter on myself. I stood up and I had my mic in front of me, and I hung the comforter on top of my head and over the mic and held it closed and just recorded the thing I needed to record really quickly because I had no place to record it, and they were just like, please, we need this thing. And I went, okay, and I did it, and it sounded amazing. It needed no adjustment. The dampening was perfect, and they were like, wow, do you have a booth? And I was like, I got something makeshift. You know how it is, you know? And it worked so well. I had to still hold it up a little bit because it can sound a little too enclosed if you have it like right up to your mouth, you know, if you're like not holding that comforter out a little bit. They can hear if you're not in a space, right? But it worked. It worked just fine. So why not? Mousy style cover booth. I know some friends that have just done, they make a frame out of PVC pipe and then buy heavy moving blankets and just drape those on it. Leave that in the corner, and then when they have to record, they just grab that and slide it over to where their mic is, put it around themselves and record, and that's it. And then they just treat like the wall behind their PC, right? Treat that wall, put some foam on that, and then have that booth covering all other sides of you. It just works. It just works. That's the rite of passage for music producers everywhere. I've seen so many makeshift booths at this point that I'm like, why would I ever buy one unless I was rolling in it? If I was rolling in it, I would do it, right? Or if some company that I'm working for or like that I'm doing a job for goes, do this thing and we'll get the booth for you. Okay, maybe. But even then, like, so I'll just do that. No need to do anything else, honestly. Why spend money when you could spend it on a video game? Yeah, so true, Bandai Namco US. Because, I mean, I'm fine just putting the comforter over my head to record. To do VA work. I don't need the toilet closet looking booth. I just don't need it, man. I've seen a lot of people they go to IKEA and they get normal hooks, put them on the wall, and then just throw a blanket over the hooks. And they go, here you go. It's a booth. If it works, it works.